Spain takes over the EU presidency in January. They'll be the first member state to guide the Union using the Treaty of Lisbon as the new rudder. Some claim it will be a presidency of transition. As part of the preparations, a delegation of the blocs Committee on Constitutional Affairs met in the Spanish capital, Madrid. Talks with the Spanish Secretary of State for the EU, Diego López Garrido, got the day underway. He's a strong advocate of a single European voice on foreign policy.
The way we went about things in the past will no longer be the case. The new EU will be less divisive. What happened over the Iraq war won't happen again. The main shift is that Europe will have a single voice on foreign policy, and I think it's a key objective of the treaty. We have a High Representative, Catherine Ashton, working along with the EU's diplomatic arm, will help develop a strong EU foreign policy. During
the Iraq conflict, the EU splintered. The creation of these new roles within the Union is a step forward, according to MEP Íñigo MÉNDEZ de VIGO.
Who was the president of the European Council when military intervention in Iraq was being discussed? Nobody knows. Well, it was the Greek presidency. However, people didn't see Kostas Simitis as the European Council president, but as the leader of his country. Now we have a permanent president. And there is a difference with Javier Solana, who did a good job. I salute the High Representative, who is also the Vice President of the Commission. She won't wait for foreign ministers to call. She'll be putting the calls in.
The delegation met with the spokespersons of the Joint Committee of European Union Affairs, a group of parliamentarians and senators who deal with Spain's European Union issues.
We will be in a position where Parliament has 45 new legal procedures on which to base collective decisions. It will exert greater political control over the European Commission. We will hear from the commissioners in January. National parliaments will take part in the enforcement of subsidiarity at community level, and there are new legislative prospects due in the future. That's why I think this presidency is important. It will implement the Lisbon Treaty and set a precedent for the future.
Y lo que haga la presidencia española servirá de precedente para las presidencias venideras.
Catalan MP Josep Antoni Duran i Lleida is a Spanish Member of Parliament.
A mechanism for participation is established within the Treaty of Lisbon, and it's an objective of the Spanish presidency. We will ensure the consultation of national parliaments and also regional bodies. I think this will bring subsidiarity and efficiency in areas where Europe needs a powerful voice on the world stage.
Sobre todo y especialmente en aquello que Europa necesita una voz potente en el concierto internacional.
With the Treaty of Lisbon, the European Parliament strengthens its role as legislator with the Council. Among the priorities of the Spanish presidency is to establish the new institutional framework. So explains Member of the European Parliament, Ramón Jáuregui Atondo.
The most important thing is to keep moving forward. It means encouraging a new, distinct institutional approach, with a parliament that has new powers and new tools for the institutional development of the European Union. This is the first priority. The second, in my view, is to consolidate the economic recovery and determine when stimulus packages are withdrawn and what measures to take to create jobs. Thirdly is the new post-Lisbon strategy. I believe we need to look to the horizon of 2020 before Europe reaches full employment with quality jobs and a sustainable economy.
Para que Europa efectivamente consiga pleno empleo, empleo de calidad y una economía sostenible.
Journalist Mirabel NUNEZ is Brussels correspondent for the Spanish daily ABC. She's followed the appointment of José Manuel Barroso to head of the Commission and those of Herman Van Rompuy to the presidency and Catherine Ashton as High Representative for Foreign Affairs.
All these people are relatively unknown, with low political profiles. That's what those that lead the Union, France and Germany, wanted. From the perspective of Spain and the Spanish press, Sarkozy and Merkel don't want to be overshadowed. That's one of the reasons among many why Tony Blair was rejected. The perception of Spanish press and Spain as a whole is that they're there, they'll represent us, but we just don't know how much they'll be able to do on an executive level. For now, we'll just have to wait and see, but the press and people believe their influence is limited.
Another publication follows the same line. Experienced Brussels watcher and comment writer for El Pais, Lluís BASSETS compares Javier Solana with Catherine Ashton.
No puedes dejar margen para que hagan lo que les dé la gana. Sí, pero no son películas solo. En esta web que tú cierras.
There were 15 states when, in 1999, they appointed the Secretary-General of NATO, who was also the foreign minister of a great country like Spain. He was a person with 6 or 7 years of experience in foreign affairs. This time they choose a Commissioner of Commerce, who has never won an election or campaign, and with a limited political biography and limited foreign policy experience.
Muy corta y muy limitada y sin ninguna experiencia en política exterior.
What bothers me is that the new High Representative does not belong to a political party with a truly European vocation. The Union's foreign policy is in the hands of a person from a country which is not part of the Eurozone or part of Schengen, which allows the free movement of people. That reduces opportunities. Why should they be given the top EU foreign policy job?
Economic recovery, the implementation of the Lisbon Treaty, the creation of a solid foreign policy. These are the priorities of the Spanish presidency. Its success remains to be seen.